What's up, VC? I'm Brian. This is Shamrock'n Records, and today I'm doing a contest entry for Andrew at Tales from the Crate. 500 subs. Wow, you got there quick. I think you're up over 600 now. So, but this is for his 500 subs contest, and what we are asked to do is pick out some cool covers, cover songs. Andrew wanted something different about these covers, something a little different from the original. So I'm trying to do this a little bit different today. I'm actually playing the covers as I speak. So let's see how this works. So my first cover that I'm doing is this is the original, Under the Milky Way by The Church. Alright, this is the original. And the cover we're listening to in the back is by this band right here called Seven Nations. These guys are from Florida. Celtic rock band from Florida. Phenomenal. If you can hear, hopefully we can hear this. Let it permeate. Let it sink in. But no, honestly, this version of the song is mind-blowing for me. Alright, I'm a big Celtic rock fan. And this is one of the bands that have really gotten me into that kind of music. When I first heard this version of this song, I thought it was their own song. I didn't know it was a cover. So I eventually, because this came out, let me see. Don't know when this came out. I think it came out in the late 90s or came out in 2000. But I always thought this was the original. I didn't know The Church prior. So I got into this. I started listening to The Church a little bit, but they just speed this version up a lot. They add violin. I mean, this guy Dan Stacy, watching him play live, he is like a freaking Mexican jumping bean on stage. This dude doesn't stop. He's like all over the stage. He's just got this passion. Listen to the bagpipes. They just speed it up so much on this version. The Church version is a lot more mellow, and then it builds and it builds, and by the end of the song you're starting to get like this. But these guys on this version, from the beginning, it's just so much faster. But I just think the fiddle, the added fiddle on this version of this song is insane. So that's my first cover, and I gotta figure out the second. Alright, so on to my second. Yeah, I think you guys know what this is. I hope you do. You know the song, you might not know the artist. But Changes by Black Sabbath, redone by Charles Bradley. Do I even need to talk about this? Listen to this. I mean, the soul coming out of this man's voice. I mean, this is already one of Ozzy's most soulful songs, you know? But, man, when this came out, and I can't really show you, it's a little loud. I can't really show you the cover because I don't have the full length of this. What I do have is the 45 that's playing behind me. Here's the the sleeve for it. This was a record store day release a couple years ago. Before Charles Bradley did the Changes full-length album, I didn't even know that was going to be a full-length album. it was just this 45 that came out. And when I heard Charles Bradley was gonna be doing changes, I was like, "There's no way I'm not getting that." That was like the biggest thing for Record Store Day that year that I wanted. I made sure I got that. But I just love when a soul artist takes a rock song or a pop song or whatever, and just create it into this beautiful thing that they do. I mean, listen, the cool thing about this the drums. If I remember correctly, and I haven't really listened to the original in a long time, but if I remember correctly, it was, piano and some strings behind it. But this, wow. I'm gonna leave you with that. On to the next. Alright, so my third cover song originally comes from this record, Dead Flowers by the Rolling Stones. And if you can hear this version, this is done by Caitlin Rose. This is a 10-inch put out by Names Records in 2009. Caitlin, as you can tell, is a country singer, and she's young. When this came out, like I said, this came out in 2009. When she put this out, she was like 20, 21 years old. She's like 30 now, but she has this cutesy Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn kind of sound to her. She slows it down. She takes one of the Stones country songs and makes it even more country. I just love this girl. She ended up putting out a full-length record about 2 years later. And it's called Own Side Now. This originally came out also on the Names label, but she ended up getting picked up by ATO Records. I wasn't able to get this on Names, but I was able to snag a copy on ATO when it first came out on ATO. I remember when it I could not get my hands on the Names. I went to get it and it was already gone. Like they stopped making them. So I was happy when she signed to ATO, which is Dave Matthews' label, actually. I had watched a video the other day, and they said they didn't know what label ATO was. They weren't familiar with ATO. Well, Dave Matthews started ATO. So, anyway, but I really wanted to get some Caitlin shown in the VC. I've never seen her out there in the VC. She deserves to be shown on the VC. She's if anybody's ever heard of Raylan Baxter does some work on this. She's done work with Taylor from Dawes and like John McCauley from Deer Tick. So I wanted to play this and introduce everybody to Caitlin Rose, because this is a killer cover. Now on to my next. So when I hear Dead Flowers, it's just natural to hear Moonlight Mile after, right? Because it follows it on the record. So I'm gonna have to just stick with another Rolling Stones cover. Woo! Oh, this is Lee Fields doing Moonlight Mile. I've shown this record in prior videos. This is, I've said it in a different video, one of the best soul records that has come out in like the last 10 years. This came out, oh, it's way too loud, I'm so sorry. I had this thing rocking out before I was making this video. I was jamming. So, I think this came out in like 2012. Yeah, 2012 on Truth and Soul Records. But, you can hear this. This is, I think I like this better than the original. It's such a great song. And this is one of my favorite Rolling Stone deep cuts to begin with. But Lee, listen to his vocals. So awesome. I don't have the words. I'm not a wordsmith. I take in the music. I love it. I listen to it. I can't explain it. I don't know why I love this so much. I just love the passion. I love the soul. I love the feeling. And this version has it all. I highly recommend this entire record. This isn't even the best song on this record. You need to hear the title track, Faithful Man. Now that, I still got it. This whole record, I'm telling you, my favorite soul record in the last 10 years. Get that record. Alright? Check it out. I don't know if you can still get it. It's probably out of print. But if you can find it, pick up a copy of Faithful Man by Lee Fields. Alright. So, I'm here to show the next one here. You guys all know this song. Elvis Costello's Allison. Anybody know who does this? Anybody know this cover? You guys know this cover? Any takers? Lydia Loveless. Oh man, such a good cover. Look at how stripped down, how raw this is. I love it. I just love it. This came out in 2012. Little 45. Does Allison on the B-side. Never released before. And came out right after her first record came out. It's on Bloodshot Records. But she's such a badass little country girl. Love me some Lydia Loveless. But yeah, this was a record day store. Serious? Keep drinking, Brian. Jesus. It's a record store day released 2012. They made 1,000 of these, like that Charles Bradley. I needed this. When I find out Lydia's doing a little Elvis Costello, I want it. I want to hear it. I got things flying out of this. I'm an absolute mess this morning. So maybe I shouldn't be drinking in the morning. So, but it's my day off. So anyway, I think I'm going to show one or two more. And I hope you're enjoying this. All right. So this is going to be my last cover for the contest. Andrew wanted like 5 to 10. I don't want to make it too drawn out long. I could do covers all day. I may just mention a couple little honorable mentions at the end. Just rattle off some of my favorite covers. But this is the original Wind Cries Mary, Jimi Hendrix. But this jazzed up, poppy jazz version is Jamie Cullum. And it's on 20-something. This was never pressed on vinyl. I have been waiting for this thing very impatiently to be pressed on vinyl. This is one of my favorite CDs. favorite CDs. I mean, I just love this kid. From England, singer-songwriter, jazz. This kid puts on such an incredible show. I've seen him live in Boston at the Opera House. This kid will hop on the piano, get on top of the piano. He slams it, he punches it, he stomps it with his feet. This kid is such an entertainer. Not a kid anymore, but this came out in 2004. And at the time, he was, oh crap, I don't know. He's like my age. He's probably, I think he's probably about 42-ish. I don't know, 40. He's around my age. So, but this came out in 2004. Just jazzing up little Jimmy here. I love it. Completely different take on When Cries Mary. But he also does some other cool covers on this record as well. He does a cover of Lover You Should Have Come Over by Jeff Buckley, which is just stellar. But it's very similar to the original, so I didn't want to pick that. I figured this cover is very different than the original. He completely makes it his own. He also does a cover of High and Dry by Radiohead. He does, some standards, I Get a Kick Out of You. But he also writes his own material. And, I've dabbled with some of his other records. Catching Tales is a great record. But this is the one. I mean, I highly recommend it. I'm not trying to sell you guys on all this stuff. I know I keep saying, but you know what? This is the VC, and we're here to turn people on to new stuff, things that we haven't heard before. And I highly recommend this record. It's awesome. And thank you, Andrew, for doing this contest. It was really cool. It was a lot of fun. And some other cool covers. I'll tell you, I went down in my basement and I was specifically looking for the Get Up Kids CD, because I wanted what the hell is... Oh, I'm not even gonna think. They covered like a Motley Crue song on one of their CDs, and that was like one of the first things that came to my mind. And then as I'm down there, I see like the Indigo Girls. This is one of my favorite covers of all time. They do a cover of Romeo and Juliet by Dire Straits. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know if this was ever pressed on vinyl either. This is the thing. I go downstairs and I'm rummaging through CDs, totes and totes of CDs. I'm finding all this cool stuff. I'm like, damn, this shit needs to be put on vinyl. The Ben Taylor Band. If you guys ever heard of Ben Taylor, this is a really cool CD. He does a cover of Time of the Season by the Zombies. This is James Taylor's son. James Taylor and Carly Simon had a son together named Ben. And he sounds like James. Check him out. Go online, check out Time of the Season by the Ben Taylor Band. He sounds just like James Taylor. Really cool. Elizabeth and the Catapult. They do a really cool version of Leonard Cohen on here. What was it? What the hell is this? Everybody Knows. Everybody Knows by Leonard Cohen. Elizabeth and the Catapult. What a cool cover. I mean, there's just covers upon covers, and I'm just going through all this stuff. And then I'm thinking to myself, Me First and the Gimme Gimmes. I mean, I was looking for my Me First and the Gimme Gimme CD, and I couldn't find it, and I'm just like, alright, I'm done. But anyway, thank you so much, Andrew. This was a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope I could turn you guys into some new things, man. So, take care, VC. Cheers.